Good morning, YouTube. We are live. We are live. It is your boy, Zulu Gutter. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm sorry I had to keep postponing this stream. Yeah, I know I've been back from Ethiopia for a couple of days now, but honestly, I just haven't had no rest. Them flights now, they real. Those flights are real. They're long, they're uncomfortable at many points, and you don't get much rest. And it also can factor in that you go in an airport that's difficult to get in and out of. Takes a long time, so I just had to recover and get some rest. Feel a little better. I can use some more rest, but I think I need some more rest. So we'll do our best to hold signal. But what I want to tell you guys is that the purpose of anybody that's going to be offering advice, solutions to young men and males in general when it comes to bettering themselves and finding the things they want in life, we got to start being brutally honest out here. It's just like the gates are wide open and we'll let anybody speak. And I just didn't come from that kind of background. I came from a background where you had to grow up and you had to train yourself and you had to be conditioned for something, develop a skill, to compete somewhat, mainly in sports and stuff like that. I don't believe in unhealthy bullshit competition, but we got a lot of people that's unqualified to speak. And, just as much as we criticize the feelings culture and um, everything right now is just based upon fakery and opinions and things like that, well, you can't criticize those things when you allow unqualified people who are not ready, who are not old enough, who have not gone through certain things, who have not had the proper training, conditioning, um, to do things, right? And I get it. YouTube is a free market, open market, but at some point, some of these people need to be confronted, right? Now, you can't complain about women when your manhood is in a diminished state or it has never really matured or progressed. Uh, this dude here is the example of some of the claims that Pew Research talked about. I've even seen this out here in day-to-day life. These puny young men that don't have man bodies or man voices or man behavior. Uh, they can't use tools. They can't lift weights. They can't handle a physical confrontation. Their voices sound like birds chirping. At some point, these things got to be addressed. And we have been living for decades after decades of single parent homes, but primarily dudes coming from predominantly female run families, right? And you just look at this nonsense. Now, when the guy was coming out and people was, doing his clips, you know, uh, reacting to his clips, reposting them and stuff like that, I already knew. I was like, man, this dude here, he kind of off. He's a wuss. You're not gonna be able to get a woman, definitely in America, with your whole demeanor. Your whole demeanor is is weak. It's very, very, very weak. Now, don't get that confused with you got some nice guys out here that are mistaken for weak that really aren't. They just treat people with respect and try to be nice, but then the ferociousness can come out when it's taken for granted. I've been confused like that by women and other people. I'll be nice and respectful, courteous, and have manners, and then somebody will try to take me for a joke, and then I have to go straight, warrior class on their ass. So, women and all. I mean, I put hands on them and nothing like that, but I will give a woman a good cussing out, good tongue lashing for the foolishness, right? And then they come around and be like, oh, I got him confused, and then I issue the challenge to dudes. If you didn't like what I said to that female, you can take her place. It's going to be different for you, but we can ball them up. So I don't deal with disrespect all the way across the board from anybody. But this particular dude here, he just haven't had no rite of passage. He hasn't been trained. He hasn't grown into a man body, a man voice. He's a peon. He's a punk. He's a wuss. And until he changes, his whole demeanor and things about himself, he's going to continue to get the results in America or in the West or all across the world, right? It doesn't take long for somebody to be around you to figure out whether you like them or not. When it's new and it's fresh and you on high, yeah. A lot of things get overlooked in those stages, but then as time goes on and you begin to be around somebody, you be like, wait a minute. This is not a quality passport, bro. This is somebody jumping the line. This is somebody who's not ready. And a lot of you guys are gonna mess passport growing up. Supposedly the term has been coined by somebody, trademarked by somebody. That's cool. So I'm just gonna go straight to passporting. That's why I'm at with it now. But I always told y'all I passport different. I didn't flock to Brazil. I didn't flock to Colombia. I didn't flock to the DR. I'm still tempted to go to the DR and Brazil. I really don't want to go to Colombia for reasons being the cartel and, the likelihood. These Spanish countries right now are pretty vicious. There's a lot of black people coming up, murdered one after the other. And, guys that passported were coming up dead. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not a good look. I can get down with the best of them, but I'm not stupid. But I'm still tempted to go to Brazil. I've always had Brazil on my radar since the early 2000s. I prefer black women, melanated women. And that's why I like the DR as well, even though it's a Spanish-speaking country. But I'm just here to tell you, I go to the DR, I'm not going to do right. I'm not going to do right. I'm honest with myself. That's another reason why I kind of avoid the DR. I'm not going to do right. I'm going to go straight to the DR and be with the bullshit. I don't want to do that. So I'm being honest about that. And that's what a lot of these guys are leaving America, having bad reactions to women when they need to take other steps before they decide to leave America and go and date and mess with other women. First of all, you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't date in America or the West or anywhere. You should be courting. If you want a woman, you should be courting. It's a big difference. But these guys aren't ready for even that. These guys need to work on their mentalities, their mindset. They need to improve their bodies, their way of thinking, develop some better skills and habits. There are some things that need to be done. They need to learn how to talk properly, with the proper tone, the proper sound, a better voice, man, just all across the board. These 20-some-year-old guys, especially below 26, should not be represented in a leadership perspective of a male demographic, especially globally. They should not be. It just doesn't work like that. The young have to come up under the old until they're ready. You know, you do skip line like women skip line, like divorced women, they divorce their husbands and skip the line. I think they're supposed to go to the front of the dating market. You dudes skip the line. There's no respect for the process. And I get it, there's some goofy old dudes, but then you don't become old age, especially when you have acquired productivity and assets to match, um, by being dumb, stupid, and goofy. That's an old person that you need to take mentorship under or ask questions or talk to from time to time. But this new generation of people, particularly young people, you can't tell them anything, you can't show them anything. They won't go through the proper process. They don't respect elders. And this is part of having the situations like this, where you got this young boy who is not ready. He does not need a woman right now. He has other things critical in his life that he needs to make changes and adjustments to and improve upon. And he should not be on camera. So I just want you guys to understand that sometimes we can stop some of these dudes in their tracks. Like, you're not ready. You shouldn't be on camera. You shouldn't be representing anybody. And you should not be getting involved in a movement that you are not even ready for, just because you haven't proven yourself, or not necessarily the women, but you haven't proven yourself to yourself as far as growth and progression, becoming a better person, becoming a more capable person. Some of you guys really are pussy. There's a lot of pussy dudes, fake pussy dudes, wimps, peons running around that need to be dropped off in a mosh pit to get some type of aggressiveness out of, so they can have a defense mechanism, a warrior mechanism. Like, man, dudes are weak as babies. This dude here, I can promise you, he can't take 135 pounds and bench it. And the most petite of women weigh 135 pounds. So how you going to handle any kind of woman when you can't bench 135 pounds? I don't understand this. So I got another similar stream to do. I'm gonna have to just, tell Austin one more time like it is, because the guy would not listen to me. You know, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. Y'all dudes are gonna mess things up for yourselves. You got a great avenue if you follow the process. The process, though, is y'all gotta go back and do other things before you jump on a plane. I'm sorry. There's a lot you have to do. But this is an important message. I mean, y'all need to spread this message. Y'all need to pass it around, share it, comment, like, because these dudes are going to mess it up for you. If you have no intentions of being bothered with the foolishness in the West, and you don't build yourself up, you became productive, you acquire some success, you made some changes in your life, these dudes will mess it up when you want to get on a plane for yourself. So it need to be some decorum. But let me know what you think. This is your boy Zulu. Go to like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll be back with y'all, in a day or two. And we'll get back to it, man. We'll get back to real information. And let's get the day started. Happy Saturday to you. I'm moving around early, as y'all can see. So let's go. Let's get it.